All right, we're here with Terry Lane with Let's Get It On. So Terry, another successful night. How did you feel about the evenings?
I thought it was a great historic evening out here in Fallon. I know you're from here, Chuck, and I'm just so glad to bring a fight out to another part of northern Nevada. There's such a rich boxing history here, going back way over 100 years in these small towns, and I hope to come back next year. I had a great time. The card was great.
So, you had a few things fall apart. Some things come together last minute. You're about a year into your promotional career. How do you feel the difference would be about a year ago if something like what happened on this card happened and your maturity in changing?
God, a year ago, if this card were to happen a year ago, I would just had a heart attack and probably just died. But now I just take things, you just, something happens and it's out of your control, and you just move on. You do what you can to keep the show going. I feel like I am maturing. I have a long way to go, but I feel I've matured a little bit.
Hinkey got another win tonight.
Sure.
Obviously not against the type of opponent that you would look for. It was a good confidence builder. What do you think is next for him?
I really think we need to take a step up, and actually his original opponent was going to be a step up and a triple southpaw, but he broke his hand and he couldn't fight. We had to bring in this other guy from Billings, Montana, and he came to fight, but I really think Derek needs to take a big step up in his next fight. I really think he needs to test himself. If you don't test yourself, you don't know where you're at. So it's up to me, though. That's my job to make sure that happens.
What about Tyler? How's his nose healing, and when can we expect to see him back?
Well, he feels so bad because he feels he's ready to fight now. I'm glad he decided not to fight. Actually, it was a doctor's decision, but I told him, you're going to get in there, you're going to be thinking about your nose, and that's not a good situation. So he'll be back soon. I hope we can get him some cards in Las Vegas, hopefully, but he's ready to go now. He's ready to go.
So, after all these small cards, you obviously should be looking to promote a big card.
Right.
Is there any specific big card you want to promote?
Sure. I want Brinkley and Gilbert, like everybody else. That's what I want to do. I think it will happen. I know there's been a lot of talk and some BS out there, but, I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen soon.
Do you think it's going to be as big a fight now as it would have been a couple years ago after the Contender?
Absolutely not. I mean, if they would have done it right after the Contender, it would have been something else. It would have gotten a lot of more national attention than we're going to get here. But it's still a big local rivalry. And look, these two guys want to fight each other anyway, so those make for the best fights.
Brinkley's your guy, but taking that out of the equation, how do you think the fight would go?
You have to give Joey credit. He's going to throw more punches. He's going to be in better shape to fight 12 rounds. Brinkley has a little more power and can box a lot better. I think it's a very close fight personally, but I would have to think that Jesse would be the favorite going in, and you'd have to think he would win by a pretty solid decision, I think.
Okay, is there anything else you'd like to say in closing?
Thanks for having me on Fight Hype.